the blessed month of Ramadan is once again upon us. And like every year, this year also I have shared a Ramadan plan for a specific disease. Before this, I have shared a Ramadan diet plan for fatty liver, for weight loss and many other diseases. To watch all those Ramadan diet plans, you have to subscribe to our channel and also click the bell icon right with it so that whenever we upload such wonderful videos, you get notified immediately. Anyway, this year we are sharing a Ramadan diet plan for people who are suffering from depression and anxiety. Because Ramadan is not only a month of fasting and blessings, it is also a month of cure. So watch the video till the end because I'll be sharing everything that a depression and anxiety patient should do during Ramadan, including all the supplements needed and all the exercises that are good for them also. Before I share with you what to eat during the suhoor and during the iftar during Ramzan, just let me tell you what are the foods that have to be totally stopped during Ramzan even after Ramzan if you wish to be free from depression and anxiety. So the number one thing is the processed foods and the refined sugars because they cause a sugar spike and you feel very good during the sugar spike. But when the sugar spike falls down, then you are very depressed and very anxious. So all those bakery stuff, the samosas, the pakoras and everything that is made out of maida or refined flour, that is a total no-no during this Ramzan and even after this Ramzan if you wish to be free of depression and anxiety. Secondly, caffeine. Caffeine is not a good thing. Caffeine is found in tea as well as in coffee. The problem is anyone who takes caffeine in the form of tea or coffee knows that it not only jolts your brain, it also causes anxiety. So the question arises, what drinks are you going to take during this Ramzan? I will share with you the best drinks during this Ramzan and even after this Ramzan. So stay tuned. Thirdly, try to stay away from fast foods and fried foods because the fried foods are fried in very bad oil. And these oils are mostly pro-inflammatory which aggravate symptoms of depression and anxiety. Fourthly are artificial sweeteners. If I said stay away from sugars, that does not mean during the Ramzan you have to take Diet Cokes and Diet Pepsis. No, not at all. In fact, the artificial sweeteners, although they don't cause a sugar spike, but they are equally harmful for your health because they destroy your gut biome. And lastly, stay away from too much salt. And salt is not only the table salt that you sprinkle on your food. All the bakery stuff has baking powder and baking soda and all of these are salts also. And if you take excess salt, you will feel very thirsty and Ramzan will be very difficult for you. Having said that, I'll share with you the principles on which I'll be making this diet plan for you. First of all, your diet should be rich in proteins and fats and totally free from refined carbohydrates because they cause sugar spikes. And protein and fats, they provide ample energy and a steadfast energy. Like all throughout the day, they'll give you energy. And if you wish to have some carbohydrates in your Ramzan, make sure they are some complex carbohydrates which actually promote the formation of serotonin, which is the feel happy hormone. And thirdly, your Ramzan meal plan should always have some kind of probiotics. Whether you drink them or whether you eat them, there should be a good amount of probiotics in your suhoor as well as in your iftar. Because only a healthy gut will be a healthy mind. And lastly, although this Ramzan is not in a very super hot season, still we have to maintain our hydration because you have to go all throughout the day without any food or drink. So I would suggest to have some foods or drinks that are not excessively sugary and not excessively salty also. For example, if I want to give you a sahoor meal plan, I would say have a sahoor of 2 eggs. You can boil them, you can scramble them, you can fry them, but eggs are a very good source of protein. You can substitute with a burger or a kebab also. And most of the people, along with the eggs and burger or kebab, they need to have some kind of a wrap like a bread or a roti or a paratha. So I would recommend you do any of the low carb parathas or rotis or breads that you want. And I've shared numerous videos on my channel making parathas and rotis and breads with low carb flours like flaxseed flour or millet flour or even besan. All of these are basically low carb flours and you can easily substitute your high carb breads and rotis with these low carb substitutes. Along with the eggs, I would suggest you have some nuts, especially walnuts, because walnuts are rich in omega-3. And omega-3s are very helpful in depression and anxiety. In fact, I have shared a bread recipe which is made totally out of walnuts, like ground up walnuts, which is used as a flour instead of the maida or any other refined flour. And lastly, for a drink, I would recommend a kefir lassi or a yogurt. But keep in mind, kefir is 100 times more beneficial than yogurt because yogurt has only 2 bacteria and kefir has a certain bacteria called L. reuteri And this L-root rye is super beneficial for people with depression and anxiety. It is tried and tested, and I have shared many kefir recipes on my YouTube channel. In fact, there was a point in my life when I thought I should name my channel as a kefir recipes channel. Anyway, so this would be the suhoor. Now let's come to the iftar. The iftar would be with 2 or 3 dates, as much as you like. Along with that, I would recommend to have a cup of bone broth. And if you are asking what is the right way to make a bone broth, I have shared a complete recipe on how to make the bone broth correctly so that all the nutrients and minerals of the bones get into your broth. And this bone broth at the time of iftar is super important because all the damage or the nutrient loss that you suffer during the day during fasting will be recovered with this bone broth. Sometimes people combine their iftar with the dinner. Whatever the case is, make sure that during your dinner you have at least 250 grams of meat. You can have any kind of meat that you like, fish or eggs or chicken or poultry, whatever, camel meat, whatever you want. But along with the meat, you have to have at least 5 or 6 cups of vegetables so that the meat does not turn into something toxic like uric acid, which hurts your joints later on. And in this 5-6 cups of vegetables, I would recommend at least 1 cup should be either kimchi or sauerkraut, which is again fermented vegetables. You can take more of the kimchi or sauerkraut or fermented vegetables if you want. Anyway, if you suffer from depression or anxiety, the best meat for you would be fish meat, especially wild caught salmon or sardines or anchovy, whatever you find the best in your area. As we have discussed the suhoor and the iftar, now let me discuss what are the best supplements and when to take them. If you are a person who suffers from depression or anxiety, the best supplement that you can take along with your suhoor is the adaptogen. Adaptogen is basically a herbal combination of 5 herbs, and lately one of my patients has given a wonderful review for this adaptogenic herbal combination.
माँ क्या हाल चाल है? बात कर रही हूँ आपकी पेशेंट एडॉप्टोजिन की 2 बॉटल्स चाहिए मुझे, उससे बहुत फायदा हुआ है, शुक्र है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। हम दोनों मियाँ बीवी शांत हो गए शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। और आपको दिन रात दुआएं देती हूँ कि मेरी पर्सनल लाइफ इतनी अच्छी हो गई है, शुक्र शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। अल्लाह का करोड़ शुक्र है कि को भी सूट कर गया और मुझे भी काफी फर्क पड़ा है life mein.
So as you can see, this is a 100% original review from one of my patients. And if you too suffer from depression or anxiety, or your exams are coming up, or any stress is going on in your life, I would always recommend adaptogenic herbal combination for you. The best time to take it is at the time of Fajr, that is at the time of sunrise. And the second most important supplement that you can take along with your iftar is magnesium glycinate, because magnesium glycinate is the most absorbable form of magnesium. And during the fasting, most of the people who have a borderline normal magnesium, they suffer from a loss of magnesium. So taking magnesium along with your iftar will not only help you with your sleep or any constipation or any such digestive problems, it is also super healthy for your anxiety and depression. Lastly and finally, let's discuss the exercise that you have to do during the Ramadan. So let me first say, if you don't do any kind of exercise during the Ramzan, that is also very fine because you're already fasting the whole day. But anyway, I would recommend exercise to any patient of depression or anxiety. You can either go for a light walk or you can do these 15-minute exercises along with the suhoor or along with the iftar. It's your choice. It only takes 15 minutes. You don't have to go to any gym. These can be done on your bed, on the floor, in the comfort of your home. So if you do all these exercises, I will grant you a 5 stars. And if you don't do, even then it's good. So this is basically a generalized diet plan for someone who suffers from depression and anxiety. Obviously, if you have some other specific problems just for you, you might need to add some things and subtract some things, but this is a generalized plan which can be customized according to your needs under the guidance of your doctor. So let me know in the comment section below, inshallah, what diet plan should I share next Ramadan. Remember me in your prayers. Take care. Have a very blessed month of Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.